My name is Xina Gooding Broderick. I'm a funeral director and I work for Hugh Gooding Funeral Services. My dad started the business a few years ago in 2007, but his inspiration came many years before. My father's father passed away and my dad was really upset with the service he'd received. He really wasn't happy with the way my grandfather looked, and I remember thinking that my granddad looked like Frankenstein. Luckily, we weren't completely traumatised, but my dad was not pleased. And my dad kept saying I could have done a better job myself, and I think it did spark something off. Then my grandmother died in the late 90s, and again, my dad was saying, oh, I could have done a better job myself. And then he started to really seriously look into becoming a funeral director. That was the motivation. It was really how his father and his mother were treated in his view when they died and the service that he received, and he felt that he deserved better and we deserved better as a family. A few years ago now, in 2012, my father had been complaining that he was quite tired. He started to display signs of jaundice. The whites of his eyes went yellow, and someone said to him, oh, you've got to go and get that seen to. He went to the doctor said, we'll give you the results in 2 weeks. And a friend said, did you go to the doctors then? And he said, yes, I've got to go back in 2 weeks. He says, no, you've got to go to the hospital. Well, they went to the hospital and they wouldn't let him leave. They said they thought that there was something seriously wrong with him. And I was with him in the family room with the consultant, and the consultant said to my father, I'm sorry, Mr. Gooding, it is cancer, it is inoperable, and it's incurable. And I said to the consultant, so what are you going to do to take care of my dad then? And then he started to talk about palliative care. And that's when I thought, hold on a minute, you're jumping the gun a bit. And my father squeezed my hand and said, what he's trying to say, pet, is I'm terminally ill. And that's when I felt like someone had taken a running kick at my stomach. And then my dad said to me, please look after my business, don't let my business die. So that was my way into the business, and it wasn't an easy decision to make because it's a serious thing to continue with somebody's dying wish, and that was the weight of the decision that I had to make. The first funeral I directed was my father's. He used to say to me when I worked there from time to time before he got ill, he'd say, do you want to work here full time? Do you like it working here? Do you think you could be a funeral director? And I'd say, I'd be absolutely useless, Daddy. They'd be crying, I'd be crying, we'd all be there in tears. It'd be a complete catastrophe. And he said to me, no, you wouldn't, pet. You wouldn't cry. You'd put the family first. I think that situation really put the bar very, very high for me. I wasn't an experienced funeral director and I had to get it 100% right for my dad. So going forward in the business, I felt that everybody else's funeral that I directed would really need to be better because they deserve no less just because it wasn't my dad's. I didn't want them to feel as though there was nothing personal in it for me. Every funeral that I do is very personal because I'm carrying my dad's baton. We all really want to do our best for Daddy and his memory and for the people who come to us.